Hello, my name is Leo Berger. I play baseball at Parkside, and yeah, I'll be responding to Unit 1 today. So, this unit is about getting to know the basics of musical theater and how it all comes together. I'm gonna go over things like the different types of songs, the people who create and perform musicals, and how the structure works. It's also about making connections to our own experiences and pop culture so we can see musicals as more than just entertainment. In this essay, I will talk about the basic building blocks of musical theater and how they shape the art form. I will also look at the main people who work together to create a musical and how collaboration makes the process of all this possible. Unit 1 was also filled with many important details like the creation, stage management, stage designs, and finally I'll share some of my own connections to musicals and how they link to pop culture, showing why this art form continues to matter today. And I'll actually also show how the lessons from our quizzes, discussions, and video essays came together to give a deeper understanding of what makes all this musical stuff work. One concept that stood out to me was how much collaboration goes into creating a musical. I always thought of musicals as being about the actors and singers on the stage. This unit actually showed me how many people are involved behind the scenes. From writers, directors, designers, working on sets, costumes, and lighting, every detail adds to the final performance. It also made me realize that musicals are really a team effort, and the success of shows depends on all these different parts working together. So this really came through in the Meet the Makers videos that were there, especially the ones about stage management. I didn't really realize how much the stage manager does to keep everything organized and running smoothly. Seeing how they communicate between the director, performers, and designers made me understand that it's a very difficult task to do. It's about just like teamwork and stuff like that. The idea of collaboration resonated with me because it reminds me of group projects I've been a part of, like I play a team sport, so it's very like relatable, like group wise. Watching the videos on stage management showed me how important it is to keep everything organized, like I said. It made me appreciate how all that makes that succeed. Another idea that stood out to me was how much design shapes the audience's experiences. In the Meet the Makers videos on scenic design, I realized how the set can create the whole mood of a show before a single line is even spoken. It made me wonder how different a musical might feel in the same story or stage with a completely different design. Although this is kind of a stretch, another idea that stood out to me was how much design shapes the audience's experience. Watching the Meet the Makers video on scenic design made me think about baseball stadiums, kinda. How like the field seating and even like the scoreboard is set up for the game. It's just like the setup aspect. Just like in a musical, like I said, like the way a space is designed can completely change how people feel and experience the certain event. For discussion 1, I picked the show High School Musical, so I'll pick that kind of for the show that I'm gonna go over. But if I could restage that, I would remix it to like I said, I'm a baseball kid, so I'd make it take place at like a summer baseball league. The characters could be players, coaches, and fans, and the songs could reflect teamwork, competition, and friendship on and off the field, and keep the energy kind of fun. I mean, it's a little corny, but I think it would be kind of interesting if it was baseball related. If I could add one voice to this unit, I would add Denzel Washington, because he was someone that kind of stood out to me because he was very popular and one of the few like people I knew in terms of all this. Like I said, his work in Broadway was really good, and then it shows how his like powerful storytelling and performance can be on stage. This unit made me realize that musical theater is a fully collaborative art form, not just about the performers on the stage. It's about how the story, songs, choreography, and design all work together to create an experience for the whole audience. Seeing how each role, from writers, designers, stage managers, shapes the final production has expanded my definition of musical theater to include all the behind the scenes work that makes everything successful. Kind of just like back to baseball, like how practice and all this setup can lead to success in like on the field, you know. And to end it off, one question I have is kind of just like, how are plays or musicals, stuff like all that, like how are they in person? I've never really been to one before, and I kind of would want to experience that. And yeah, kind of like what I said about baseball, you know, many people say, oh, well, going to the in-person games are a lot more fun than watching on TV. It's kind of like I wonder if that's the same way. I think it would, but yeah, I kind of want to see like what you would say. Like I just wondering, like, are they better, a lot better in person, or is it kind of just like even, like they're both really good? But yeah, that's about everything. Thank you.